Hey there everyone, welcome back to another guitar tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to play Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and this is considered a acoustic classic as well as just a great song in general, so I hope you will have fun learning it today. So let's just get right into it. So it's in the key of C major, and your tuning is going to be in E standard as per usual. Yeah, so I'm going to be showing, the way I'm going to be showing you today is going to be based off how John Fogerty was playing it on the Howard Stern show back in 2015. From the clip on YouTube that I saw, he was playing it like playing in G over C and like doing it slightly different to some tutorials that I have seen. So yeah, of course, when I show you this song, you can then make it your own style, play it any way you want, but I'm going to be primarily showing you it based off that, when it was just John and his guitar, nothing else, so it was easier to see what he was playing. And I think the way he was playing it makes it easy, makes it more beginner friendly as well, because it's just like, once you get these chords down and transitions, it becomes easier to just go to it. It's more like, you know, like it's more of a pattern then, and there's less like erraticness going on, so it's like just an easy pattern that you can just consistently, and it's just more repetitious in that sense. But yeah, let's just get into it. So it's going to start out on an A minor, so it's going to go. So yeah, so it's got A minor, like that, then to an F major. Now if you can't play the F, like if you can't get the F on the, you know, the high string of the first fret, then you can play an F major 7. You can get away with an F major 7, that's fine if you can't do it, it's just to make it easier, but try and do it if you can. So you've got F, then C, then this is where now I'm going to get into what I just mentioned before about G over C, how John was playing it. So then after this, you could play regular C, and you know, that's your prerogative. If you want to play, for those of you who just want to stick to their regular familiar C chord that they know, then you can play that chord instead, but I'm going to be showing it the way that I saw John playing it, and he was doing a G over C. So basically what that is like you're using the full 6 strings to play a C chord, and that's basically a G over C. So you know, you've got C, and then you've got this G over it. So basically, I'll just like, you know, tell you, you know, what strings you'll put your fingers on for that. So for this one, it's just going to be your ring finger is going to go on the G string of the, sorry, the 3rd fret, the low E string of the 3rd fret. Then you've got your pinky finger that's going to go on the A string of the 3rd fret. And then you've got your middle finger that's going to go on the D string of the 2nd fret. So you've got, and then your index finger, the last finger, on the B string of the 1st fret. So you've got, and that's how the chord is played. That's how you form it. Those are the fingerings for it. That's where you put your fingers. So yeah, it's just basically a G. This G note here you're playing on the low E string, you know, 6th string on the 1st fret, on the 3rd fret. So again, so you've got, that's how it's going to start out in the verse. Now, if you want, you can play briefly. You can go, you know, when that riff comes in, you can play that if you want. You know, when the, you know, when you hear the bass playing that, you can then play A minor and then to G major briefly before going back to a C. John doesn't do that he didn't do that when he was playing on his guitar, but you can do that if you want, because it then fits in with the riff that's playing. So it's just going to be, if you're going to do that, you're going to go palm mute. So play this like, you know, G over C major while palm muting like this, and then go that kind of thing. You'll do that like twice when the bass plays that riff, like 2 times before it comes in, I think. And then yeah, you'll then come into the verse when the lyrics come in. So again, that's just going to be A minor. And then the G you're going to be playing, you can play this G, you know, just with where you just do the 3 finger chord G. the 3-finger G chord if you want, where you don't use your pinky, but in this sense we're using the full G chord, so just add your pinky to the high E string on the 3rd fret. So that's the G that, you know, that John was playing, and that's the G we're going to be playing today in the song. I think it does sound better, this G, than, but you can play this G too, where, you know, you're not using your pinky and you're just, you know, using your ring finger to play the the 1st string, the high E string on the 3rd fret. So the B string, this note rings out. That's fine too, but, you know, we're going to be playing this G, so try and do this G if you can. So you got. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. So yeah, basically the main thing you're gonna have to get down here is just focus on a palm muting, and you're going to go from this G over C major, like this, to this G major. That's going to be the next chord, and that's basically going to consist of the verses, right? So you're just going, it's been coming for some time. And yeah, if you want to play the, you know, the quick fill in, the A minor and G, while the bass playing that riff, you can just keep playing C major. That's what John does. You can just stay on the C major chord and keep going. Like that. You can just keep playing the C major, do whatever you prefer, whatever your preference is. But then anyway, so the verse is just those 2 chords, you know, C major, G, or G over C major in this sense, in this case. So yeah, the verse is just going to consist of those 2 chords. So the verses are just going to be consisting of those 2 chords, and that'll get you through to the chorus then. So the chorus now is going to be F. Again, if you can't play F major, you know, play this F this way, then just play F major 7. That works too, you know, you'll get you through it. Just slightly easier to do that. So yeah, so first chord anyway is going to be an F major for the chorus. So you've got then to G, all right, this G. We're using our 4 fingers to play the G chord, and then back to the G over C major. And then on C, you're gonna take your finger off. You're gonna put your middle finger on the A string of the 2nd fret. So you've got this. You know, I've showed this before in my last tutorial. A similar thing to this is basically your index finger is staying on the B string of the B string of the 1st fret. So that's staying on the same string. That's not moving. So you've got. So the main thing is you're just gonna play the A string on the 2nd fret with your middle finger. So you're just gonna play playing 2 strings, and then after that you'll go to an A minor. A minor. Make sure you mute the low E string, of course, with your thumb. A minor, and then you're gonna then go back to this G over C major chord. Now you can go use your pinky just to play that note there if you want, if you prefer. That works too, but John actually went back to and played the G over C major chord. So I guess that's what I'm talking about in terms of it being easier, because going from A minor to that chord is really easy, because your index finger stays on the same string, it stays on the B string of the 1st fret, on the 1st fret, so that kind of makes it more, that simplifies it in that sense. But yeah, after that, you're then gonna go then back to the F again. So that's the whole chorus now. So once again, you've got F major. I wanna know if you've ever seen the rain. I wanna know if you've ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day. yeah, basically, just to go over that again real quick anyway, and just kind of give you an idea of how it's going to go from the chorus and then lead on to the next verse. Verse 2, I believe, so. So again, you've got G over C major, then to the A, the walk down, middle finger is going to play A on the 2nd fret, A string on the 2nd fret, and then to the A minor, and then back to the C, the G over C major. Let's go ahead. And back then to the F major, and G major, and C. And then back to the palm muting again. Now you can do palm muting on the chorus if you want, that's fine too, so you can go. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on sunny days. You can do that if you want, but I think, you know, John doesn't do that, and I like to open up more and just play more freely on the chorus, and then I think it like fits better to palm mute during the verses, and then on the chorus like just play like more openly, more free. Have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know. Have you ever seen the rain? Coming down. That actually stays the same. Like every time you play the choruses and the verses, they're the same chords, the same pattern, nothing changes. You'll play it in the same way. So once again, the chorus is F major, G major, G over C major, walk down, middle finger on the A string 2nd fret, A minor, and then C, G over C major, and then same thing again, F, G major, C, walk down, A minor, C major, F, G, C. And again, if you want to play this C just for familiarity reasons, I've said before in my tutorials, and that's fine too. Just do whatever you prefer. So yeah, that's fine too, but I'm just going to be going off, like I said before, like I said a bunch of times now, how John was playing it on the How It Hurts Stern show, with just him and his guitar. So that's going to be it now. So the next bit now is to get down is after the 2nd chorus again. Okay. Coming down on sunny day. And then when you hear the yeah part, when you hear the yeah, you're then going to play, you can play on the C major, keeping C major, but in this sense, we're going to play A minor, then to G major, and then to F. Same thing again for the final chorus. Have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on sunny day. So yeah, that's how that's gonna go. So just for the yeah, you're then gonna go to A minor, and then to G major, F major, G, C, walk down to A minor, C, G or C major, F, G, C major, walk down to A minor, G or C major, F major, to G major, to C major. So yeah, just have fun with it. That's pretty much going to be it, you know, because it stays basically the same, you know, like, that's the good thing I will say. Like, if there's one time to do the quick fill-in chords, you know, for the riff, for the A major to G, it's on the yeah part, like after the 2nd chorus, when it goes back to the Makes most sense there because it just fits and like makes more sense to do it to play those fill-in chords there. So that's the good thing, you already know them if you do learn them and like want to play them. But again, if you just want to stay on the C major the whole time and don't play those chords and then just go straight to the chorus from C major like this. So yeah, that's fine too. I just want to reiterate now. You can do that too, whatever you prefer, like whatever your preference is. That's perfectly fine. It won't be right, it won't be wrong to do either way. So that's pretty much going to do it though. That'll pretty much, and then you'll finish on C. So yeah, that's Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival. So hope you've had fun learning this today. Again, it's pretty simple song, not too difficult, you know. But as I say, if you want to make it easier by doing some like slight changes or doing easier versions of playing certain chords or using a capo in that sense, it won't match up, but yeah, you can do that. But hopefully you'll have fun playing this acoustic classic today. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in my next tutorial.